What is up, my dudes? It's Pac-Man here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a brand new series where I'm going to be taking your topics and questions and answering them as best I can. I've been receiving tons and tons of questions on my Instagram DMs, in the comments section, on Twitter, and honestly, I've just been really struggling to find the time to give you all the answers you want, so that's why I decided to start the series. I want to try and keep these videos as relaxed as possible, more like a conversation rather than, like a tutorial or something. So if you have any burning questions that you want answered, be sure to drop a comment down below, and the ones with the most likes will be the questions I answer in the next video. So for today's episode, I'm going to be focusing on mindset and answering some of the questions related to that. Okay, let's start off with how to deal with a losing streak. And for that, I'll probably have to give two answers, one being what I would do or what I do, and then one would be what I recommend. And so what I do is I pretty much just keep going. I don't really stop. I push through because, like I've spoken about in the past, like losing just really doesn't matter to me a whole lot. Obviously, I love winning and I am a very competitive person, but I do understand that in the long run, to get better, you're going to have to lose. Everyone has to lose. You have to play better players and get beaten to get better. So I keep on going, but that comes down to the fact that I try my best not to get tilted too often, right? And like losing doesn't really tilt me. It can tilt me in times, and in those times I switch off, right? And that's what I'd recommend for you guys too. Keep pushing through as long as you're not getting overly tilted. Now, for you guys, losing 2 or 3 games in a row might send you overboard, might send you crazy because you care about your rank a whole lot. I don't really care about mine too much. I care about improving. That's all I care about. So, if your rank is what really matters to you and you're losing multiple games in a row and you're getting angry at the game, at that point you should probably shut it off because you're not going to be learning anything at that point. You're just going to be losing games for the sake of losing games, and you're going to be too angry to kind of dissect why you're losing games. So it really comes down to how you're going to deal with it, right? If you're the kind of person that can just take it on the chin and learn from the losses, and you can keep going. That's what I do. But if you're the type of person that really does care about their rank, and and you are getting tilted because you've lost games that you should have won or so on and so forth, then yeah, I would probably shut it off and come back to it another time. There's always more days to play. All right, so the next question is basically what mindset should I have when I'm 0-3 down, and what mindset should I have when it's 4-4 overtime? So starting with 0-3 down, the biggest piece of advice I could give to that is just round by round. Take it one step at a time, right? I think a lot of the time, when you're 0-3 down, you tend to lose 4-0 or 4-1. And look, the reality of the situation is if you're 0-3 down, there's a good chance that the enemy team is a bit stronger than you. But that's not always the case. So whenever I'm 0-3 down, I take it literally one round at a time, one kill at a time, one push at a time, and yeah, just take it step by step. It's really no different than a 2-1 or a 1-0 or a 0-0. It's the pressure that comes from within, right? The enemy team you don't hear them telling you you gotta win this, or you lose the game, you gotta win this round, or you lose the game, or you have to win so many rounds before you can come back. That doesn't happen. It's pressure that you put on yourself from within. So our biggest piece of advice for an 0-3 deficit is just round by round, step by step. If you lose, you lose. It is what it is, but just take it step by step and kill by kill. And so then when it's 4-4, the mindset that I would take for that is just, Pro League final, baby. At this point, you should probably have a clear understanding of what the enemy team is doing and, what tendencies they have, what sides they like to hold, or how they like to hold, whether they're roaming a lot or, so on and so forth. So you should be able to kind of adapt to them. So when it's 4-4, you need to be making sure your communication is on point, call out every move you make, work for that objective, and just, hunt down the enemy team, and thrive under that pressure. This is your grand final. Just don't crumble, because in the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you lose. Like I said before, it's just a game of ranked. In Shroud, I heard Shroud talk about this in the past as to how he's able to clutch up in these crazy moments and how he hits so many of these clips. Number one, really how he hits the clips is because he's a freak. But number two, it's because he's played at such a level that, when you're playing for $500,000 or whatever they were used to play for back in the day, that's important, right? It's really, really important that you don't lose that match. But, a 4-4 gold rank match, it just really doesn't matter. Try and think about a game that you played 2 seasons ago where you lost 4-4, or you lost 5-4 overtime. Like, you probably can't, because the reality of the situation is that the games don't really matter that much. So I try my very best, and I treat it like it's Pro League Finals, and have fun with it. But in the end of the day, if you lose, it doesn't really matter. So Pro League Final, but don't worry too much about it. Don't let the pressure get to you. All right, so the next question is how to overcome ranked anxiety. So first of all, what is ranked anxiety? And from my perspective, I see ranked anxiety as like the fear of playing ranked, or the fear of being like afraid to play rank. And where that comes from, most likely comes from like your fear of losing your rank, or the ridicule that you might receive by playing in your rank. And you know, it's a real thing. I know a lot of people have it, but to give you guys a little bit of perspective, right? I should probably have some substantial ranked anxiety. I should fear ranked the most, because I'm a teacher. I'm trying to teach you guys on how to improve your game and how to get better as an individual. And you know, my rank fluctuates all the time. And really, I should be committing the hardest I can. I should only be playing with 5 stacks. I should be trying to reach Plat 1 and Diamond and beyond, so that my channel has more credibility. But, you know, that's not what I teach. So I'd be a hypocrite if I started doing that, right? Plus, also, it's nice not to have that added pressure of what rank I am going on in my own head. But for you guys, how I would try and overcome that fear of rank, or fear of playing ranked, is just really take it off its high horse. You know, your rank just does not matter that much. It doesn't matter as much as you think it is, right? I know Plat 3s that are super solid players, and I know Plat 1s that are pretty god awful, to be completely honest with you. Your rank, it's a good understanding as to how, you know, what level someone's at, but it's not the end all and be all. So another way to look at this should be like what means more to you, not losing and not deranking or ranking up. What means more to you when you're going into a game? And you know, what would you prefer? What would you take? Would you take a higher rank, or would you take being better at the game? Okay, so you need to look at what you're viewing ranked as, and kind of how you're looking at it as a whole. You know, and an easy way to fix this is start viewing it from a different perspective, right? To try and look at it from a different angle. Think about coming out of a ranked game, not as, oh, did I gain elo, did I lose elo, but come out of a ranked game and think, did I learn, right? What did I learn? What mistakes did I make, and how can I improve on them mistakes? Over time, your rank will correct. I've spoken about this in the past, and I'll say it again. Your rank will adjust over time as you improve, right? It's simple. If you want to get better, you just need to consistently play and, you know, and try and learn, try and be better than you were yesterday. And there will come a time when you are simply too good for your current rank, and you'll win games consistently. And that will happen. It happens to everyone at a different period in time. Some people learn faster than others. So just take the pressure off winning and losing, and put the pressure on improving, right? It's a lot less stressful, and it's a lot more rewarding, right? So try things like that, but just remember, it doesn't matter a whole lot. It's not Pro League Finals. This isn't your job. You're not being paid full time. Most people, anyway, I hope, aren't being paid full time to, you know, win this game of ranked, right? So it's not the end of the world if you lose. Just take it as a learning experience, and don't put so much pressure on yourself. All right, guys, and the final question for today is how to deal with the feeling of being judged. You know, in the end of the day, feeling judged, it really does come from within. Like, you're feeling judged. It's you that's feeling judged. It probably stems from you as a person. However, judgment is natural, right? You're probably judging me right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's what we do as humans. You know, you judge people all the time. So be okay with the fact that people judge you, because everyone does, at least to a certain degree. Some people are less judging, but really it's how people act on that judgment which makes us feel bad, right? I consider myself someone that doesn't judge people too harshly, but don't get me wrong, I still make judgments in my own mind, but it's how I view those judgments, and it's how I let those judgments out, that's gonna differentiate how you feel about me, or whether or not you're feeling judged, right? Because I might not treat you any better even though I've made a judgment in my mind about you. And that's just how we are, right? That's just humans. Like, you can, if you think about yourself and think about the first time you meet people, or think about, you know, how you judge food. Is it nice? Is it not nice? Like, we're judging characters. It's what we do. So the biggest piece of advice I could give on how to deal with the feeling of being judged is just be okay with the fact that people are going to judge. All right, it's just what humans do. It's what happens, right? And you know, if it's, you know, the people that are acting on that judgment and making you feel bad, you know, by saying rude things or obnoxious things, you know, those sort of people, I personally just mute and I cut them out of my life. It's as simple as that. If they're people that I know, you know, as like on a deeper level, if it's someone that I'm partied with, or if it's someone that, you know, I've teamed with a few times, I just won't play with them anymore. I don't enjoy that, you know. And there's a difference between judgment and constructive criticism. If someone's giving constructive criticism and helping you improve your game, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. But it's when people are making, you know, rude comments about your skill level, or saying that you don't deserve that skill level, or blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I just mute and move on. So if you're in a rank match, especially by yourself, and you've got that overwhelming feeling of being judged by the players in your team, if, you know, everyone else is dead and they're watching you, just remember that they're dead, right? You know, like, they can say a whole lot when they're watching you, but they are dead. All right, that's the biggest thing, that people try and backseat game all the time, and they'll say different things and try and tell you how to play, or say you should have done this. And yeah, it's super easy to see that when you're dead. Okay, so to have a little bit of fun with it. That's a nice little cheeky comeback that I use quite often. But yeah, one actionable tip you can do to kind of overcome that feeling is just, for one, you know, being okay with the fact that people are going to judge. It's just what we do. But also, if you want to kind of avoid them situations, it can help to find a team and find, you know, a few people that you trust and that you want to play with, and just kind of play more so with them rather than in a random lobby. But there are some really toxic people out there, and you shouldn't let them get you down. If anyone is being especially rude in game, just give them a cheeky mute and move on. Pretend they're not there. But that feeling of you know, being negatively affected by other people's judgment, just remember that does come from within, okay? And it's natural that you do feel that way. If you do feel that way, there's nothing wrong with feeling like that. But in the same respect, it's pressure that you put on yourself, right? So just take the pressure off, and remember, if they're watching you, they're likely dead. So there you have it, guys. There's the first episode of Pac-Man's Perspective. Let me know what you guys think of this series. I quite enjoy making it. It's pretty relaxing, and it's cool to have like more of a conversation than to, you know, be as scripted or be as like set and structured as I usually sort of am. So yeah, I quite enjoy making them, and you know, I'll happily make more of them if you guys are interested in that, and if you have some questions that you want answered, feel free to hit me down below. But yeah, let me know what you think of the whole concept, and let me know if you have any tips or any improvements that could be made. But without wasting too much more of your time, as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for all the recent support. It does not go unnoticed. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, but without wasting any more time, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.